Our first speaker today is proof that you can have it all: heart, hustle, and incredible results. She's one of America's top 1% income-earning real estate professionals and a multiple Icon Award winner with eXp Realty. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one, the only, my friend, Christa Proctor.
All right. Who is excited to be here today and learn something and be transformed maybe in some way? Who's expecting to leave a little bit different than when you came? Say, that's me. All right. Oh, we got a good... You know, it's great to be with the right people, right? We're all like-minded. Somebody said, birds of a feather flock together, right? And so I want to thank James Becker so much. I have to say that meeting James and the Fusion Company, the Fusion Way, it's totally transformed my life. I was in a very, very rough place, coming out of some difficult situations, and we'll talk about that a little bit today, but I promised James that I would share a touch of how Fusion has really helped the trajectory of my business. So I became a realtor in 2013, and I found Fusion, or Fusion found me, I should say, in 2018. And when I first joined, you might think, wow, but after you joined Fusion, your numbers went down a tiny bit. That's because part of my GCI at that time, I was coaching another team on behalf of an amazing global icon named Brent Gove. Wave a hand if you've ever heard of Brent or you know him. Brent's amazing. I had the great fortune of being on his team. I was trained literally by Brent how to write an offer. He helped me set up my first open house signs and take them down and not get hit by a car and all those things. So Brent was amazing, and I grew on his team, and he had me coaching his team. So part of my GCI that year was attached to that. So then I decided, I'll just do a solo agent. No offense, but I just got tired of coaching baby agents, to be honest. So I went on my own, found Fusion. If you can see, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, those years were really hard years, right, in the world. But if you can see the consistency, how many of you want to know with certainty that you're going to have income coming in, month out, year in, year out? And we had no retirement. I was able to put money away so that in the hard times, when business was a little bit slower, we didn't wonder how we were going to feed our family. So crazy thing, all these years, this year, do you see the parabolic transformation? It's really interesting. It's funny because people think success stories are overnight, but they're never overnight, right? It's a matter of consistency over time. So when I got started in real estate in 2013, we had come out of some really, I don't know if you could tell, but that picture on the left, you might see fear, depression, desperation in my eyes, the eyes of my husband. We were pastors of a church, okay? I'm still a licensed ordained minister. We were pastoring a church we had taken over during great hardship. I mean, this church had death all over it. You would show up, and it was not the most encouraging place to be on a Sunday morning, to be honest. But we took that over, and through a lot of blood, sweat, tears, prayer, fasting, all the above, survived. It was difficult, okay? In the middle of that, our first daughter was born in 2000, and our second in 2002. We just thought we were the worst parents in the world because our kids wouldn't talk to us. They wouldn't play with other kids. They would never obey. I was like, we were taking every parenting class known to man. Lo and behold, in 2005, they were both diagnosed with autism. And I was like, okay, this is autism? It looks different with every kid, but our kids couldn't communicate. They had very few scripted, memorized lines that they could say from their favorite videos. So by the time our third daughter was born, I had such a dark circle over my head every day and crying every day. I just knew this is not, have you ever been in that place where you're grieving what could have been, what should have been, right? And you're like, this is not like you do a lot of the right things and you do everything you don't know to do, but there's situations way beyond your control that you could never fix. And so then by the time our fourth was born, she was like maybe 4 or 5, that's when my best friend from Bible college, who was also a pastor, said, Christa, why don't you get your real estate license? I mean, we had filed bankruptcy. Our best friends in our church had created a church split. I don't know if you've ever been part of that, but that's like terrible. And behind our backs, somebody embezzled $100,000 from our church. We lost our house, foreclosure, all the things. And have you ever been in a situation where you didn't want to go to sleep at night because that meant the day would come, and every day had such insurmountable battles that you knew you had to face? And you feel like invisible hands literally wrapped around your neck, just suffocating you. So I went ahead, got into real estate, got my license, and of course, like, things just instantly changed. I mean, I just got boatloads of money overnight. It was amazing. My wonderful friend and coach and mentor, Brent, he tells people to this day, he said, Christa, I never saw someone work so hard for so long for so little. I did open houses, his amazing open house program, 2 open houses a week, rain or shine, whether I was preaching, whatever, birthday parties, not. I mean, it was like, this is what we're doing for 2 years. So it was successful. For the first 6 months, I had nothing going on. It felt like I just walked around with a big fat 0 over my forehead all the time, feeling like a big loser all the time. Because usually everything I had tried, I could do. But this, I was like, I'm working so hard. So finally, after 6 months in, my first escrow went into contract. By the end of that first year, I had closed 15 sales. So I was like, okay, never looked back. But I had no real system, right? So when Fusion found me, I talked to Fusion. That's when things really, I started to see a better way. Because before Fusion, you know how, if you were ever like me before Fusion, your database was on 20 different Post-it notes thrown into a backpack with maybe half a spreadsheet started somewhere that you were going to do something with at some point in time. And some college kid you're trying to maybe have birthday cards send out to your clients just because you want to do it on the cheap. And then anyway, it was a mess. So I was perfect Fusion candidate. This is my family now because of the consistency and the ability to just know what was coming in. We were able to pay off over $100,000 of medical debt, credit card debt, put our oldest daughter through college debt free, and this was us last Christmas, and so they're doing great. And I want to talk to you today about, thank you. Obviously, not everything's perfect. We still got teenage girls, and that's like a whole other round of prayer and fasting all on its own. Everywhere you turn, though, agents, have you noticed, they're all talking about what's happening with buyers, and buyers are on the fence because interest rates are so high, and inflation's so high, and affordability is so terrible, and all this. And there's 2 different kinds of agents that I've noticed all these years. And I want to talk to you today that, we're not subject to the market. I want you to know, I am the market. I am the market. And I just want you to walk away today with something that can help you carry that. So there's 2 different kinds of realtors that I've seen. There's a market taker and there's a market maker. The market taker just takes whatever the world is offering, and maybe they can catch somebody else's scraps, and if they offer a discount, and if they, hope, and they don't know their value, and they react to the news, the market maker creates new outcomes. The market taker waits for perfect conditions. The market maker, their activity is predetermined. and it's non-negotiable. The market taker blames circumstances, and the market maker builds consistency. The market taker sells houses, but the market maker changes lives. The market taker has no system, and the market maker, their system works even when they can't. During the last 2 years, my dad was living with us. We had some major crisis with one of our kids, and I literally felt like I couldn't even get up in the morning. And I would tell my PE at our MAPS meeting, I would look at him with despair every month, and I would say, I just want to retire. I'm totally done. I don't even want to do real estate anymore. It wasn't real estate, it was the situations. So a market maker, your system works even when you can't work. And that's what, thankfully, I had in Fusion. You know, they are going to tell you, your friends are going to tell you things like, oh my gosh, you're a realtor right now, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, are you okay? Your in-laws might say, when are you going to get a real job and get some benefits and some health insurance? So the thing is, there's going to be a lot of naysayers, and they're going to always tell you to go for safety. But if there's something inside of you that you can't deny, that you know you have to bring to the world because this is how you love and serve people, Jim Rohn says, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Tony Robbins says, the path to success is to take massive, determined action. I say, when the market shakes, the maker stands. And when the market shrinks, the maker shines. Just to wrap up, in being a market maker, some people hide and they're embarrassed to shine. Who besides me was mortified to think that your face was going to show up in the mailboxes of your friends and family every single 3 weeks? Oh, dear God. Like, it feels so counterintuitive to who we are. But when you stop hiding, you start walking in confidence. And you start believing. So it's like a catch-22. You're not going to have the confidence until you stop hiding. So you have to go all in on yourself if you want to be a market maker. And you have to believe there's nobody better on this earth that could help these people. They'd be so fortunate if they actually pick up the phone and call me and ask me to help them. So another thing is, during times when you might feel uncertain and afraid of the future, if you anchor your consistency, what you're going to find is your system actually reveals who you are, because showing up is 90% of the work. On the last 2 years, when I just wanted to quit, I wanted to retire, I was like, I can't do it anymore. What if I had quit, but I kept showing up? Even though I didn't want to do it, I was at every MAPS meeting. I was talking about how, I didn't want to do it. And showing up is 90% of the work. I was tired. I didn't want to get in my car, drive to, but then I get in my car, I realize how much I love these people and how much a difference I know I can make in their life. So just showing up, but you got to anchor your consistency. And then lastly, instead of focusing on what you don't have, remember to activate what you do have, what's already inside of you. There's gold in your phone. There's gold in your database. There's gold in your words that you speak over yourself, over your family, over others. You have already all of it inside of you, and you just want to bring it out and release it to the world and give, and it will be given back to you without measure, overflowing. So today, I want you to remember, can you just say this over yourself? Say, I am called. I am sent. I am chosen. I am the market.
I am the market.
God bless you all.